everyone, this is Rihanna from A Frugal Life, and today we're going to be talking about 19 or 20 hobbies that you can do for zero cost or almost free. So most hobbies, as you get farther and farther into them, you tend to buy lots and lots of supplies for them. So this is what costs so much with most hobbies. So it doesn't matter if it's RC cars or painting or drawing or anything. You can start out with barely nothing in a lot of these hobbies I'm going to talk to you about, but you can go overboard and start buying a lot of stuff for them. So I will point out those hobbies that can get out of hand. So make sure you just start out with the basics, maybe get some things for free from FreeCycle or things like that. You don't have to go overboard with every hobby you do. They can be just as enjoyable with a few items. So the first one I'm going to talk about is walking or hiking. It doesn't matter what athletic level you're at. If you're a super athlete, you can go hiking up in the mountains, totally free. If you are not an athlete at all, you can just walk around the block. So it's good for you, it's good for your cardiovascular system, it's good for losing weight or staying in shape. So it's fun to just get out there and get some exercise, and you can do it any day of the week. You can take a friend with you, you can go alone, you can take your dog with you. Walking or hiking is a great hobby to start out with, especially if you need to get a little bit of exercise. So the next one is one of my favorites, and that is reading. I'm an avid reader, and you can seriously go overboard with this one. There's a difference between reading and collecting books. So you can read hundreds of books without ever buying a book. So I do think I have a link to a previous video I did a couple years ago about how to get free books. I will post it up here or down there, depending if I can find the link or not. But you can get free books at the public library, obviously, both digital and hard copy books. So if you don't have the transportation to get to the public library, just make sure you get there once to at least get that library card. And almost every library in the country has a place where you can get free digital books that you can read on your phone through a free e-reader. The Kindle app is free. You don't have to buy an actual Kindle. You can read it right on your phone. You can read it on your computer. There's lots of ways to read digital books. You can also have audiobooks that you listen to on your phone if you're not a big reader but you like stories. So books are great, and reading is a totally free hobby. Next is journaling or writing, and you can definitely go overboard here if you love stationery, buying journals and writing utensils. But you can journal with just a regular old pen or pencil that you grab from your drawer or from your kids. You can journal with crayons, you can art journal, you can do all kinds of things. And all you need is like a notebook like I have here. This is just a kid's school notebook. You can journal in this. You can buy a journal. You can ask for a journal for Christmas or the holidays. So journaling is a totally free thing. So is writing. So if you like to creative write or write stories, if you want to blog, you can do blogging for free. There's lots of online blogging platforms that you can do totally for free. You don't have to pay for it. So writing is a great hobby, and you can get your creative juices flowing that way. Next is photography. People think you need a big fancy camera and lighting and lenses and all of that. You do not. Most cameras, whether it's iPhone or Samsung or whatever, have a really great pixel rating now, and you can take pictures that are just as good as a regular camera. So you can take pictures of your kids, you can take pictures outside, look up online some phone photo tips. You can also look it up on YouTube. So you can get right into photography without ever purchasing anything. Knitting or crocheting. This is one of the ones that you can totally get into for free. You can learn 100% completely online. I learned to crochet from YouTube, and now I can crochet all kinds of stitches and all kinds of things. You can crochet clothing or gifts or stuffed animals. This one can go overboard. Yarn is very expensive. Crochet needles, knitting needles, not so expensive. However, I get my yarn at the thrift store. So every time I go by the local thrift store, I run in there and get a whole skein of yarn for 50 cents to $1 versus $6 to $10 at the fabric store. The other thing you can do is ask around. A lot of people have tried out knitting or crocheting and have a box in their closet. Put online that you're looking for yarn. A lot of people will give you yarn for free. So just grab the yarn that you can get. Go ahead and get on YouTube or go to the public library. You can get free patterns and free books on crocheting and knitting there. And this is one that you can start out almost for nothing. Number 6, bird watching. Not my thing, but I do have friends that do this. This is 100% free. First, go online on YouTube and look up bird watching. You'll get a lot of the basics from there. You can also go to the public library and check out bird watching books. That way they will give you books to recognize the birds that you're looking for. You can get a notebook like this. You just go out there with a pair of binoculars, your phone, or nothing at all besides your notebook. You can take notes of the birds you see. You can make sketches. Apparently it's very soothing and relaxing. You can also combine this one with the walking or hiking hobby. So this is great for people that love animals and nature. Next is also not one of my things because I cannot sit still for the life of me, but meditation is very calming and relaxing for a lot of people. So if you need a de-stressor, go ahead and go online to YouTube. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of meditation prompts on there. Close your eyes. They will walk you through it. It is 100% free. You do not need a single thing for this one. So this is a hobby that you can get into for zero cost. Next is my niece's favorite hobby, and that is drawing or sketching. She actually started out when she was little, following YouTube tutorials. She's now 20 and a professional grade artist. So you can learn completely 100% online for free from YouTube how to draw. There are thousands of drawing tutorials on there. You don't need to take a class. If you love to draw, this is a great hobby. Also one that you can just dive into with nothing but a pencil or a pen. People love to get extra drawing implements as they go along. You can put things on your Christmas list. You can pick up things for sale. But really all you need is a blank notebook, probably not a lined one, but a blank notebook or paper. My niece started out on copy paper from her mom's printer. So you can start out with anything. Drawing is a great hobby for free. Next is one that is great for your health. It is good for any body type or fitness level, and that is yoga. So you don't have to be thin. You don't have to be in shape. You can start out yoga just where you are. Look up yoga tutorials online. My favorite is Yoga with Adriene, but you can look up yoga tutorials online. Start with a beach towel or a blanket on the floor. You don't need a yoga mat. You don't need yoga blocks. You don't need anything special. You can do yoga 100% free. Next is gardening. So gardening can be very expensive, especially nowadays, but you don't need special pots or special seeds or anything special. You can start out gardening with seeds from the dollar store. You can start gardening by asking for clippings from your neighbors. This is another one you can look up on YouTube on how to get started. Look up propagating if you'd like to use starters from your neighbor's plants, or look up seed planting if you want to use plants or seeds from the dollar store. This is one you can do easily and for free. You just need a little bit of soil and some sort of container to put it in. I have started seedlings in egg cartons. I have started seedlings in takeout containers that people gave me. You can plant things in milk cartons if you cut them in half. So you can start gardening almost completely free, especially if you have friends or family that do it and are willing to share some supplies with you. Number 11 is upcycling in DIY. Sometimes this requires a little bit of things like glue or scissors or tape, but you can use things that are just around your house to upcycle decor. This is one that you can get lost in on Pinterest. Look up upcycling on Pinterest and you will get thousands of pictures and ideas about how to use things that you're getting rid of in your house, discards, even trash to make beautiful artwork. So upcycling is a fantastic hobby that you can do practically for nothing. Number 12 is volunteering. This is something I have done all of my adult life and some of my teenage years. Volunteering is completely free. There are two ways you can do it. If you don't have transportation, you can do it online. There are lots of places that will allow you to volunteer and do tasks online. Or you can go there in person by asking for carpools. So if you call someplace and say that you want to volunteer, tell them you need some transportation to get there. A lot of times they will send somebody to pick you up or arrange a carpool with another volunteer. So one of the things I love about volunteering is you get to pick great places to go completely free. So I used to volunteer for the San Jose Rep Theater. It meant I got to see every single repertory theater production that they had by just ushering the production. You can also volunteer with kids. You can volunteer with Boys and Girls Clubs if you love crafts. There's tons of places that you can volunteer. If you've volunteered lately, go ahead and put in the comments down below where you love to volunteer and give us some ideas. So number 13 was suggested to me by a viewer, and that is origami. I don't do it myself. I don't have the patience for it. But this is another thing you can learn 100% free online on YouTube. You can start it with regular copy paper or notebook paper. As you practice, you can move on to construction paper from the dollar store. It's very thin and foldable and easy to use. Then you can move on to origami paper if you want to spend the money, but origami you can do completely free with any paper that you have around the house. So it's a fun little art project and something you can do with the family if you want to. Number 14 is public speaking or storytelling. If you love to talk to other people, if you want to learn a new skill that will be great for your career, Public speaking is a great thing to learn, and you can learn it for free or very low cost by joining your local Toastmasters. So they do have a small dues fee. It's very small and doable for most people, and they will waive it sometimes or allow you to make payments. I think it's like $20 or something now a year. So you can join Toastmasters and they will teach you public speaking practically for free. You can also do storytelling. If you want to read to kids, just call up your local library or one of your local schools. Tell them that you'd love to read to kids and they will definitely find some place for you to do that. So public speaking or storytelling is a great hobby if you're very outgoing and love to talk to people. Number 15 is one that I do and I've been doing for years, and that is learning a new language for free. So I'm trying to learn Spanish. I'm learning it through YouTube videos and through Duolingo. So I will put a link down below to Duolingo. You can pay for it. I have paid for it in the past when I had extra money, but it turns out that you don't need to pay for it at all. So I've been fine just doing it for years with the free version. And when I paid for it, there wasn't a whole lot of difference. So Duolingo is a completely 100% free app that you can do online or on your phone. You do a little bit every day and you can learn another language, and they have a dozen or more languages that you can learn. So it's super fun to do, and you can back that up with YouTube videos and books from the library. Number 11 is a super frugal hobby, and that is foraging. I have not done it yet myself because I can't really get out there and walk that much. I have some health issues, but if you are out up in the hiking area or walking area, and you want to do some foraging, I would suggest looking it up on YouTube and get some foraging books out of the library first to make sure you're not picking anything poisonous. You can also go online and look for foraging groups on Facebook. They will help you out, and look for local foraging groups that you can join other people so they can teach you what you're looking for. But foraging is when you go out into nature and pick things that are edible or usable from nature for crafts or things like that. A lot of times people will be able to pick things that they can store in the freezer or dry in their dehydrator or can and use throughout the year. If you like foraging, also look up Prepper Princess. She is a YouTuber that does a lot of foraging and saves a lot of money that way. So that's a great way to look up how to do it as well. Number 18 is podcasting. And I'm going to talk about two different things. One hobby is listening to podcasts. I know a lot of people do this while they clean the house or while they're working, if they have a hands-on job, or while they're doing another hobby like knitting or crocheting. You can learn a tons of things. You can listen to comedy podcasts. You can listen to business podcasts. There's all sorts of podcasts you can listen to learn a wealth of information that's out there in the world. The other thing is, if you have information to share or you're very entertaining, if you want to be out there in the world but not have your face on camera, podcasting is a great way that you can get out into the world without having to do a YouTube video or something like that. You can start out for free with software that you can put on your computer or on your phone, and then later on upgrade to more expensive things like a microphone or things like that. But you can start out podcasting totally free. Just look up how to podcast on YouTube. You can also look up podcast recommendations online to find out what podcasts you should be listening to get some ideas. Number 19, not a big fan of this one because I go to bed early, but I have people that love this one, and that is stargazing. So if you live in the country, especially where you don't have any lights from the city or smog from the city or anything like that, stargazing is a fun one to do with your whole family. You can get books out of the library. You can look up on YouTube the constellations. You can do it with your kids. This is a fun one you do not need a telescope for. You just need a clear night where you can actually see the stars. So stargazing is a free hobby. You can start out for nothing. Number 20 is puzzle solving. And I'm not talking about the little puzzles that you actually put together that you have to purchase. I'm talking about logic puzzles, word search puzzles, crossword puzzles, things like that. You don't have to purchase anything. You can get these totally free online on your phone. They have free word search apps. Just look up puzzle games on the App Store or on the iPhone store, or you can look them up online. So there's lots of things online that'll give you free puzzles to solve. And a lot of people love these. I love logic puzzles, especially when I'm just sitting there watching TV or something like that. I love logic puzzles and crossword puzzles, and you can get those for free on your phone or online. So that is 20 hobbies you can start for free or almost nothing. These, of course, like I said, can get out of hand and you can buy a lot of things for them, but these are all things that you can start out for nothing and then go from there. I would love to hear what kind of hobbies you have. Put them in the comments down below if they are zero or low cost to start up. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and do all the things down below. And if you have any other comments you want to share with me, I love talking to the community. So please share your comments down below and share this YouTube video or this YouTube channel with your friends. Thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.